All right, time for round 2 for BMW diesel sweep job or diesel Jeep swaps. This is the n47 swap Wrangler. Been loving it so much. I think I'm gonna do another one. So I'm gonna take the TDI BHW out of the 05 Passat that's in my XJ Cherokee that I've been dailying for years, and I'm gonna upgrade to. Saw them all sweaty. We're gonna upgrade to a 4-cylinder, 2-liter twin scroll diesel n47 out of a 2014 328D BMW. It's all-wheel drive. It's got the 8 HP, 8-speed transmission. I just got to get it home. This is not going to be a rush job. I've got all the time in the world to work on this thing. I just got to be patient and make it happen. Coming around the corner. Oh yeah, there she is. Here we go. So I can't focus on too much videoing. I gotta be quick because I've never done this before and I don't know if I'm gonna get yelled at. Say stuff like that and stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't say I'm working on it. I just gotta get it in neutral and then hook my tow bar up. That's all I gotta do. So let me get a little closer for you. So yeah. Quick look, crash bar's in really good shape. Whoa, zoom out. Crash bar's in good shape. I'm just gonna drill plumb through and put my plates there and there. But first I gotta get the bumper off, and I'm gonna do that probably first, and then I'll have to get under here and force this thing into neutral. That way it can roll behind me. Man, this thing is hot. Got the key. Good deal. Let's go ahead and get these windows rolled down, because why not? The interior of this thing is in amazing shape. This thing only has 99,000 miles on it, supposedly. No airbag deployment. I have no idea how that's possible, but it started right up last time. Yep, sure does. So I'm gonna let it charge the battery a little bit. You can hear something touching the serpentine belt, but she's good to go, man. We got some work to do. All right, making progress, hasn't been long. I got the tow bar hooked up and I got a chain holding it back to the car so I can back up and get the trailer wall underneath it. That's where I want it. Let's find out if that was it. Oh, that's so close. Back a little more and to the right. Hello. Doing stuff on your own is always interesting. I mean, I usually do things on my own, but it's with this type of stuff that would be so simple with someone with me, it's always such a interesting adventure. Let's go forward a little first. That looks like money. See, she rolled, but we're right there. Just gotta go back a little more. Get that tire straight. I can pretty much at this point, yes, the one-handed type of job. Now we can just back up until we feel it drop in. I made the mistake of not bringing a tire pump with me. Oh, it fell down, darn it. Now I'm gonna push the whole car. Yeah, I messed up. I let it roll forward too much. Now I'm gonna be stuck under my ball. See if I can shake the Jeep. Oh, all right. 4x4, baby. Nice and soft suspension. See you do that and you're pickup truck with leaf springs. Oh, I fucking did it again. Excuse my French. Darn it. Alright, I gotta focus on this. Alright. Gotta get this bumper off here. Got that on. Didn't take long. Just needed both hands. Again, one-handed. That is one tough plastic bumper. Oh yeah. We don't need that where we're going. Okay, now I gotta get it in neutral. That's gonna be fun. Okay, still trying to rush, so gonna just grab this whole thing. So what we're trying to do is the 8 HP transmission, just like my 6 HP, has a screw that you have to push up, and it shoves on a lever right there, right there. And I just gotta run this up with the right size Allen. Yep. And then that'll force it in neutral. And I'm already hooked up to the Jeep and on jack stands and on the jack. So I don't have to do anything too sketchy. And if it tries to roll, it's already hooked up to the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. All right, I got that all ran up. It was really easy because I have a right angle drill with me. Hopefully she's actually neutral. Should be. I guess I could check that while the tires are in the air technically. Yeah, she's in neutral. Because the other wheel's on the ground, which means the drive shaft should be getting spun. Yep. And since the other wheel's not turning, that means she's in neutral. So the only other thing I have to do is unlock the steering wheel. And we should be able to do that just by putting the car in the on or running position. We'll see which one it takes. But in the absolute worst case scenario, I'll have to get my way in there to the steering column and cut the steering shaft, which would be not fun. So hopefully I don't need to do that. And I say that because the steering lock is up in the dash, so that would be not ideal. But hey, we made it this far, and pretty good time if I do say so myself. Hopefully these tires get it home. I always love seeing that. Yeah, that's definitely not going to de-bead my tire on the way home at all. Does this thing have a spare if it comes to that? Let's see, how does the freaking trunk open? There. Oh, it opened it. Okay. Does the trunk open? Yes, it does. Ooh, yummy. Oh, I got tennis balls. Nice. I like tennis balls. No spare. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Otherwise, all this works for nothing and I'll have to call a tow truck. That would be not cool. Oh, look, there's how you... That means the battery's probably back here. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. Time will tell. Wonder what other goodies have been left. Usually people clean out their center console. Yeah. What about the glove box? Oops. Yeah, they cleaned it out. What the heck? Alright. Whatever. Let's get some loose parts tied up and see if we can get this thing to unlock the steering wheel. Oh. Is it already unlocked? You'd think this thing would lock the steering wheel. Whatever. Man, I'm getting old. I swear this used to be easier and it's only like 80 something. I've done this stuff when it's like 110 degrees outside. She's in neutral, she's hooked up, I got the lights on, tow bars mounted, steering wheel is staying unlocked. I gotta zip tie that up. I undid some plastics, grabbed the headlight out. I had to trim the fender back with the Sawzall. Hopefully this doesn't debeat on the way home. This thing might just be rolling with a flat tire if it does. Yeah, you know, you're in a really nice area for doing this when you're finding gold in the ground. That's how you know. Yeah. That, and when the airplanes are flying directly overhead coming in for a landing. That's another good way of knowing you're in a great area. But anywho, let's give her a couple laps in the parking lot, do a figure eight or two, make sure she's good and free moving. I'm gonna run in, try to clean myself up in their bathroom and grab the title, get on the road. If they even give me the title today, I'm not really sure how that works, honestly. I think you get the title that way. Come hither. That's a nice looking hole. No, it's not. That's a great looking hole right there. Yeah, I'm gonna need two hands. All right, let's see if she follows. Get that air conditioning on. Oh, by the way, happy 200,000 miles to the Wrangler. All right, let's see how she does. Steering wheel's following. Steering wheel's following, I think. Well, we are on gravel, so it might not do it super well. Yeah, she's following. Yep. Steering wheel is following. I'm a little worried about that wheel getting into that fender, but what can you do? There's only so much I can do. Alright. Let's go in and wrap up. Alright, let the journey begin. It's an hour drive to get home. Yeah, she'll drive. Off we go. It's going good. We're just chilling at 50. You can drive faster, but I only have, you know, like 20 miles to get this thing home. This Jeep pulls really nice, except for when jerk-offs like that do that. It pulls really good. If you want to be like in a good towing mode for like a hill or something, you just put the shifter in sport mode and it'll keep it in a gear lower for you. And yeah, I mean the EGTs do great. We're at 600 degree. We were just going up a hill. Coolant does good. I'm cranking the air conditioning. Car is following pretty good. It sways a little bit because I have coil springs in the back. Maybe in the future I'll get some helper bags, help stiffen up the rear. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Save you like $200 trying to get this thing brought to your house, so why not? She might sound like she's struggling, but she's not. I'm just letting the revs go higher with it in sport mode because honestly it's better for your motor and transmission. But yeah, if you just step on it at all, this thing goes like this. Yeah, she's ready to go. This thing's great for towing. I just got to figure out the swaying thing. You can see how I have to slowly correct my steering wheel. Get some audio clips. Just realized I've been filming this entire time with it facing the wrong way. Partway home, give it a quick inspection. It's looking good. It's all looking good. Tires not getting chewed up, at least not for me. Looks like the car turned itself off, but it's still steering with me, so I'll just re-engage it for the heck of it. Transmission not in park. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Maybe because I made you. This car really isn't that far off from being repairable if you could find another car that has like a good front clip. Because it didn't get the frame rails. It didn't even get the crash bar, really. But it did get that stuff. So it's a bummer, but what can you do? Hopefully the motor's good. It looked pretty good from what I could see at the auction yard, so what are you looking at? Get out of here. Alright, off we go. Yeah, I'm familiar with that shifter. Oh, look, it'll drive itself in there. I got no throttle, but that's okay. I'm running my wheel well over, that's okay. Just get in the garage without me pushing you. Nice. Nice. Oh, I do have throttle. I only have a little bit of throttle. Okay. Man, look at that backup camera. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it like immediately pulls throttle. Oh? I wonder if that's because it's mad or if the throttle pedal's bad. I mean, obviously it's mad. All right. Unfortunately, I have to let this thing take my Jeep's parking spot in the garage for a while. Let's go forward more. I'm trying to leave myself ample room up front for obvious reasons. It's literally the same shifter. Yep, that'll do. All right, she's in here. Nice. Nice, nice. That's a win. Let's crack this sucker open and see what it looks like in there. Okay, here we are. All I had to do was cut that out of the hood latch and the hood opened right up. All right, so I'm in here, pulled the cover off. It got the air box, obviously. That's fine. Can deal with that. The serpentine and stuff is behind this, and it's looking okay. This is where the brunt of the damage happened. And honestly, the only damage that I'm seeing that occurred to the part that I care about is right here. It's the like throttle body intake deal. And this is where the EGR, as you can see here, the EGR cooler goes into the intake, and then this is separate from the actual plenum. So as long as this isn't damaged, this is actually okay for me, because I'll be keeping this, the throttle body here, or anti-shutter valve, whatever you want to call it on a diesel. But this piece, usually you end up having to delete for various reasons, but I bet that this is super obtainable. So, yeah. It looked a lot worse on the Copart listing, which is probably why not a lot of people were bidding on it. I had to, I guess I give you a little bit of the backstory on this. So, this is for the Cherokee. Let me take you over to the Cherokee. This is the Cherokee. she stays out here. Actually, we call it Frank. Frank stays out here. Cherokee has served me very well. She looks rough. He looks rough. It looks rough. But it's actually a really good vehicle. I've got a lot of stuff going on with it, like long arm suspension, undercoated with chassis saver, 8.8 rear suspension, 242 transfer case with custom drive shafts, to name just a few things. And it's got a really clean interior too. I'm gonna upgrade these seats to the BMW seats, and my buddies are trying to convince me to put captain chairs in the back, so we'll do some measuring and see how that works out. But you know, I love this thing. So when it started giving me problems, it was a big letdown. I've had a couple TDI motors in here. Not that they're bad motors, it's just time to move on. Started growling while driving, did it for like a week or two, and then eventually I started hearing a tapping in the bottom, and I really think it's the flex plate because I pulled the oil pan and nothing is loose, nothing is discolored, and there's no metallic anything in the oil filter or the oil itself. So I don't really feel like going further than that because I have a feeling at this point it is definitely the flex plate, and I'm done with messing with the flex plate. And honestly, I wasn't super impressed with the power, with the way I had it set up at least. And I'm over the AW4 transmission. It's time to upgrade because this has the 6 HP and it's awesome. So this is the solution to that. This has an 8 HP and it has a 180 horsepower instead of the 135 that the Cherokee TDI has. And this thing, with just a tune, no other mods other than deletes, this thing will make almost 300 horsepower. So it also gets better fuel efficiency. This gets 45 miles a gallon reportedly. So yeah, that's why we're messing with this. This is not going to be a rush job at all. I am in absolutely no hurry to do this swap, at least not at this point. So we'll start out by like unbolting and cutting the stuff that's in my way out. I want to really make sure that I get a full bill of what's damaged or needs attention. I need to make sure that, yeah, it looks like there's not really any too big of chunks to worry about, but I would like to get this, I'd like to get this off. Make sure that there's nothing sitting in the intake before I start the motor anymore. But yeah, exciting. I'm pumped for this. This is a super hard motor to find. It only has 99,000 miles. So I'm really excited to have this opportunity to mess with something this new and to be able to mess with this platform. Because with the exception of the timing chain situation on these, they're just supposed to be really good motors, just like the n47. So let's do it.